Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Growth Show and part 2 of our series all about ads. So in part 1, Priscilla on the call here with me. So Priscilla's a member of my team. I'll introduce Priscilla in a second, but Priscilla and I chatted and went in depth into our history with ads, what we've learned, what has worked for us, all about what it means to have a silent funnel working for you in the background with ads, to be building your email list and helping you get more clients coming in the door. And today we're going to talk about the math and the financials of it. But just really quickly, if you didn't listen to part 1, I do recommend going back and listening to it. But we have a new face on the podcast, but Priscilla has been on my team for quite a long time. Priscilla, quickly, if you don't mind introducing yourself.
Yeah. So, hey, everybody. I would suggest listening to part 1, as Whitney said, but I'm Priscilla, and I feel like I do all of the things in the background, even editing this podcast episode. So that will be fun. But yeah, I'm excited to talk about numbers and ads and how all of that can work in your favor.
Yeah. So Priscilla's been running ads for us for quite a while now. And we're going to be actually talking about at the end here about a way that we are packaging all the things that we've learned and basically how you can get started with ads and get some of the results that we've been seeing and getting. And so we're going to share that. We're going to talk through the math. So let's just dive in. So let's say you've got a lead magnet and you have it with Meta ads, Facebook and Instagram. So what does it actually cost to have this ad running to a lead magnet, a free resource, free training, an email-based training or anything like that? Because I think that that's the thing that scares people the most, is just like, what is this actually going to cost me?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it varies. And I will say that the benchmark for people in the health and wellness space can fluctuate between $2.50 and $7 per lead. And I think that's still really good. Those are really great numbers to have someone, join your email list and you continue to nurture them. But in the situation for Whitney and her lead gen and her campaigns, we've been able to get that down to $1.30, which I think is banana pants, which means we can get more people through with just $5 a day. And that's the thing too. You don't need this super massive big budget. And that's, another thing I want to myth bust. People don't want to do ads because they're like, oh, well, I don't have an extra $1,000 a month. And you don't need $1,000 a month. You can get just as good with $5 a day. I've even run my own ads for $3 a day, and I'm still getting people in. So it is a numbers game, but I will say that we've been able to get them super low, and I want to teach everybody how to get it that low too. So yeah.
Yeah. It's something where everyone is going to have different results and different prices. And we've been in ad programs and we've seen people have different prices for different things, and whether you're running a campaign for a webinar versus a lead magnet and all that. But we found that like running a campaign to just a simple PDF is really cost effective. And it's so simple too on your side. It's just a PDF that you created. It's easy to deliver. There's not any other like crazy tech around it that you need to worry about. And it's doing the thing of building your email list, and it's getting new people to find you, which is really the struggle of so many businesses and practitioners. I just hear a lot of dietitians and therapists and health practitioners talking about, I just need more visibility. I need more traffic to my website. I need more traffic to my business. And so ads are really that way to get you in front of more people, while you're also doing some of those we talked about in part 1, some of those longer term things like going and doing a speaking event, or being part of a summit, or doing a local networking event, or networking with referrals. All of those things are still great, but we all know that they take time. Like, they take more planning, take more of your energy, more of your time. They can still be really, really valuable, and we don't want to cut those out of our business and of our marketing. But we also need to have some things that are just getting us in front of more people, getting more people onto our email list, into our audience. And ads are really great for that.
And quicker. We need them to be on our email list quicker so we can nurture them quicker and they'll buy from you quicker. But yes, I agree. There's there's a need for both the long term and the short term. And, I will say too, Whitney, when people have purchased your program, we do see a lot of those people come from the freebie swaps or the bundle opportunities. So those are still very valuable. It's just having the different streams of how people are joining us.
Yep. Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Right. And that's a good point too. And actually that's going to factor into this little math example that I want to walk everyone through. Is you're going to be getting people from all different places, but it's helpful to be looking at, okay, these people that are coming in from ads, how many of them are actually becoming clients, and that really helps you fully understand the picture of your ads, because you can have a low cost per ad, but if you're not having people converting, then obviously that's something you want to look at. And there's so many different things that you can do with that. You can look at, how am I talking about my offer? How are these emails landing? How are my subject lines? Are people opening the emails that I'm sending them? Are they clicking the links in the emails? What are the different ways that I'm getting people to engage with me and all of that? So it doesn't mean that, I think that's something too that I've worked on a lot over the years, is I was always, when we were doing launches and all of that, I'm looking at how can I continue to optimize, make better emails, make a better sales page, make a better sales webinar, and all of those different things. So there's always things that you can be doing, but you need to be having people coming through, and you need to be getting that data to know. And so I think that's another big thing with ads is many of us, science background, you can't run an experiment with an N of 1. You need to you want to have as many as the sample size as big as possible, so that you can really draw conclusions. And so if you have 100 people coming through your funnel in a month, and 2 of them book discovery calls, and 1 of them converts into a client, then you can be looking at, okay, how could I double that, so that next month when I have 100 new people coming in, 4 of them book discovery calls? And then how can I improve my discovery call closure rate, whether that's just the script that I'm using and how I'm presenting my offer, my follow-ups. So you can have those points, but if you don't have anyone coming in the door, then you don't know what to fix, what's already working, what you can now dial. If you have, I've talked to a lot of dietitians where they have a great closure rate on their sales calls. The people that book calls, they are ready and they want to move forward. And so if you were to just have more of those calls happening, imagine what your business could look like. So actually, all right, without further ado, let me share my screen and this little calculator that we have that actually Priscilla put together, which is fabulous. For those of you listening on the podcast, I will try to explain this as much as possible, but if you do want to watch this on YouTube, and my screen is shared, right, Priscilla? You can see it okay?
I see it.
Okay, cool. So we'll talk about at the end a little bit about this new offering from us, Ads Made Simple. So this is on the sales page. So you can also just go to this at any time, whitneybateson.com/ads made simple. That link will be in the show notes too. So that's where you can actually move forward with getting ads made simple. But this is also a really fun calculator, so you can think about what is possible for you. So right now, our defaults for this little calculator is that our daily ad budget is $5 a day. We've got our cost per lead at $1.27. So we were saying your results may vary, but that is around the number that we're seeing. So that's just the default on here. Then we have the average client value. So how much is the average client paying you for your services? If you're offering a package of maybe 3 or 4 counseling sessions, or you have a program, or whatever the case may be. So our default here is $750. I definitely recommend having some packages. Of course, if you want to allow people to book just a single session with you, that's fine too. But then the hope is that they will continue with you, because we know most problems are not solved in just one session. So that's why this value here is not just for one single session. We're expecting that you're going to have some client retention, and those people are going to hang around and work with you for a bit, but you might have things that cost more than this. So this is just a number to start with. So we've got $750 there, and then we have our conversion rate of 1%. And this conversion rate, I think what we use for this, Priscilla, is like number of email subscribers, or maybe the new leads, the new subscribers that come in and how many convert into a client. Yeah. So that's at 1%. So like I was saying before, when you have more data coming in, you have all of these numbers, and then you can start looking at what happens if I increase my conversion rate from 1% to 2%. So let me just explain a little bit more of the numbers on this screen, and then I'm going to start playing with the sliders, and this is when it becomes really fun. So at the $5 a day, cost per lead of 127, average client value of 750, and a conversion rate of 1%, we would have about 118 new subscribers per month based on how much we're spending per day and how much those leads cost. So those leads are subscribers. So 118 subscribers, we're spending $150 per month on ads. And then our estimated monthly revenue is $885. Now that the math there is just a 1% off of the 118 subscribers multiplied by your average client value. So since these are small numbers, that is saying like it's a client and a half, but we'll do some sliders to see where that can go. And then that's saying that we're getting a 5.9x return on ad spend, ROAS. So that's an important thing that a lot of ad experts look at too, is what is your ROAS? What is your return on ad, or ROAS, I think they probably say. What is your return on ad spend? What's your return on investment, basically? So we want to be seeing how many more multiples. If we put $1 in, how many dollars do we get out of the slot machine? Yep. And the bigger the ROAS, the better, the more money you're making, and the more you can spend and feel confident that you are going to be making money every time that you spend on ads. And you can increase your budget, and you can know, hey, every time I put in $1, if we're using this 6 times ROAS, every time you put in $1, you're going to make $6. And so the other thing that I want to call out here that is interesting and important is that, yes, you're spending 150 and you're getting 885, which is pretty good, but that's obviously not like a livable amount of money to be making in your business. But this is just for people that convert this month on this investment of money. For most people, they're joining your email list. They are not going to be joining right away. The same way people that visit your website are not signing up for a call. Most of them are not signing up for a call immediately when they found your website for the first time. That's why we have a lead magnet on our websites, and we have a way for people to join your email list so that you can continue to nurture them. So it's the same thing with ads. We are expecting some people to be really hot, really ready, but we're expecting most people to need more time. But our email list, remember, is extremely valuable in terms of forming that connection and that relationship with people. If you are sending out emails and you're getting a 40%, 50% open rate, that's a lot of people that are reading what you're saying and connecting with you and getting value from what you're saying, and eventually becoming clients. Maybe it's 1 month down the line, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. You can start measuring that and seeing how long it takes for someone to be on my list before they want to become a client. So just remember that this is the return immediately, but then there's going to be this continued compounding of people that are joining your list and that are taking that time that they need, and then they're joining later.
And we've seen too with your numbers, Whitney, that people who opted in from a Facebook ad, like 6 months later, they buy the program. So we do, we're able to see where people come in from, and we see that all of the time. Like, oh, they came in from a lead gen. So that's cool. We see it working, down the line.
Yeah, exactly. So everyone's going to be different in terms of the timing. And also, if you have different offers, there's going to be probably some things where people are joining or signing up for them really quickly and booking a call, and other things maybe where they're needing a little bit more time. So your results will vary, but all of this is getting you data so that you can know what's going on and have more predictability. I think that's like a key thing that every business owner wants, is to just have a slightly more solid sense of what's going on. How do I change my results? How do I just start knowing what's going on. If I do this, then this will probably happen. Yeah. So let's say, for example, your average client value is more like $1,200. Again, this could be some kind of group program. Maybe this is a package that's like a 6-month package or something like that, or whatever the case may be. Your prices may vary. And let's say that your cost per lead on that maybe goes up a little bit. We'll just say like to 140. And then, but let's say that your conversion rate, you worked hard on that and you have improved your email open rates, your click-through rates, your discovery calls, your sales page, all of those kinds of things. You've made some improvements and now your conversion rate is up to 1.5%. So now we are looking at a few things. The daily ad budget I still have at $5. And I said that our cost per lead went up a little bit. So now we have a little less subscribers coming in, 107 per month. We're still spending $150 a month, but now we're making $1,926 because our average client value is higher and our conversion rate is a little bit higher. And now our ROAS is almost 13 times. Yeah, it's a crazy number. So let me just show you. So that's an amazing number. If you're getting that kind of number, any ad person would tell you to increase your ad budget immediately.
Yep. Yes. Do not turn it off.
So this is what we're going to do. So we're going to move up the slider to, let's just double our ad budget to $10 a day. So that's $300 a month in ad spend. Now, if you value your time and you think about, okay, if you had been spending how many hours building social media posts and all of that, just remember, so it's $300 that is actually achieving something that you would have been doing and spending time or paying a VA to do anyway. Right. So just remember that. So now we've doubled our number of subscribers, 214 subscribers. And now our monthly revenue from ads alone, slot machine is probably the bad, like it's probably not the right example, but that's all I can think of for an analogy is just you are putting $300 in and it is giving you $3,800 a month. You are just putting that money in, saying, spend this, your credit card is getting charged, but then you're having more people buying your programs, signing up for calls, booking stuff. You're just showing up for those people. They've been brought to you by Meta. And now you are just showing up and bringing them to that point of becoming a client for you. So just each month, you're making $3,800 from just ads. That is not counting maybe the 5 other people, because if you're building your list and you're getting 214 people every month, that's compounding. So there's already other people on your list. They're also converting. So you could easily be getting to $10,000 months. You're also doing maybe some speaking, some referrals, those kinds of things. So this is just a $300 thing that you're spending money on, and you're already getting almost half to maybe what you want to be doing to have a $10,000 month. Yeah.
It's all a math game, and it's amazing, honestly, how easy it is, but truly, like, I have my stuff set up so when someone signs up for my email list, I get like notified on my email. And I'm like, well, that's cool. Like, I was watching a movie and it's like, oh, 2 new people joined in the last 2 hours. So it is a compounding effect, and you set it up once, right? You set up your Facebook account, you set up your Meta, you sign up, set up your whole ad account, and then you set up your campaign and you just let it do its thing. And like you said, you tweak it when you need to, you see what works and what doesn't. But yes, there is opportunity like you would not believe to do ads.
Yeah. And so just to like really blow it out of the water, I upped the daily ad budget to $20 a day. So $600 a month. I increased the average client value. I did increase the cost per lead a little bit too, kept the conversion rate the same. And so you could get to a point where you're spending $600 a month on ads, but it's bringing you $9,000 in revenue just that month from people buying your things at a 1.5 conversion rate, which that could go so much higher for so many different kinds of businesses. And especially if it's a lower price point to entry, but your average lifetime value of that client could be up in the hundreds or thousands of dollars. Yeah.
Yes. And I would recommend that when you guys go on this page to look at all of the info, to play with a calculator so you can understand how much money it's going to cost and what you could potentially get back. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. So one thing that people might be asking too when it comes to ads, because I do hear people talk about like Google ads and
Mm-hmm.
the
Mm-hmm.
comparison between like Meta, should I do Google ads? Should I do Meta? So can you speak to that really quickly?
Yeah, I've done Google Ads myself, and I will say it cannot compare to Facebook. Just because, for Facebook, the algorithm is so good, it's going to find the people that they probably don't even know they need you yet. But they see your ad, maybe something on your copy clicks, maybe it's your creative, but they're like, yeah, that's what I need. So people could just be scrolling and they land on your ad and they're like, I'm signing up for this. Versus something with Google, someone has to be really aware of a solution they need, and then they have to Google it, and then your ad will pop up. And sometimes it's harder to scoop in those people. So, yeah, just from that perspective alone, it's like there's so much more opportunity on Facebook and Instagram to even tap on the shoulder of people who don't know they need you yet, but they found you. So
Mm-hmm.
that's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think these platforms, when you're looking for someone to make like a sales intent, a buying intent,
Mm-hmm.
they know Meta, oh, you're trying to get someone to spend money right now. I'm going to
Right.
charge you more for this because they're looking at their Meta's not really thinking anything, but they're
Yeah.
spending more time going after people that are the perfect fit for a like clicking and
Yes.
making a purchase. So
Right.
there is a higher value on those types of leads and those types of people.
Yep.
And when you're asking someone to just join your email list or even make a small ticket, we haven't even talked about because we're focusing on very simple funnels with a free
Yep.
lead magnet. A whole
Yep.
nother thing that you could get into that we've had mixed success with, but I think it's more that we haven't found the right product is also doing like ads to low ticket products and
Yes.
low $5, $9 types of things where people are buying. Those are going to cost more. The
Yeah.
ad spend is going to be much higher on that. But then those people are spending some money and that's great. So
Yeah.
that they're a qualified lead. But when you are doing a Facebook or Instagram ad to a free resource, you're taking on the responsibility of then nurturing those people.
Yeah. Yes.
But when you can like just automate it, who cares? Yeah,
Yeah.
sure. I'll give you $1.30 and then I'll just have some great emails that are just sending automatically to folks and
Yeah.
let them decide when it's the right time. So I think it's a trade-off. I think the nurturing and the follow-up with people is what makes this funnel still effective. And because it's not just about building the email list, it is about having people
Mm-hmm.
eventually making purchasing decisions. But you can automate that and
Yeah.
you can just spend time writing one email a week that is going out to hundreds, if not thousands of people versus and
Right.
actually getting seen by those people versus having to come up with the hook and editing the video and the caption and getting it published and all of that to
Yeah.
a reel that's not even actually going to be seen by many people or get them to
Right.
do a darn thing.
Yeah. And the reason why, the ad cost is a lot for direct to sales page is because those are really cold people and it's really hard to find those people who's going to buy your thing. So
Right.
you have more freedom if you just put them on your list and then you're able to nurture that relationship anyway. So I would just prefer across the board, just send them to your list. It
Yeah.
works better that way anyways.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll just wrap this one up here. So we
Yeah.
went through the math. Hopefully, I did not lose anyone on the with talking about the numbers, but hopefully you can catch the YouTube if you want it. But basically, just going through the fact that the return on investment for ads can be significant when you have it
Yeah.
set up the right way. We've been able to get our costs really low for getting people onto our email list. A lot of those people hang around, eventually become clients. And we are going to be telling you in the next and final segment about how we do that and actually the new program that we put together called Ads Made Simple, which is just teaching you about how we set up our ads and funnels, basically.
And it's easy, simple.
Yeah.
Ads Made Simple. Yep.
Yeah. So stay tuned for that in the next episode. But yeah, you will learn all about it in the next one, and also just different ways to get support on ads from us. So if you are still feeling like, I would really love to have someone do this, but I also am not needing to like hire a whole agency and I don't want to go through that whole thing, we have some really great options for you available as well. So we'll talk about those in the next one. All right. Thanks for listening.
See you guys.
Yeah. Bye.